Niggas fucking hate when I talk about how I like to cut off people for bad behavior, but I like to say it as simple as this. If I knew someone was being abusive and shitty to someone I consider a friend, I would not stay their friend. Because why would you want to be friends with someone who you knew was slapping up their girl, or being sexually coercive, or violent, or manipulative? Very fucked up behavior, wouldn't you say? And I expect that same quality out of my friends. So if you consider yourself a friend and you're like, ooh, there's that Jared guy, I'm gonna dap him up and get a drink with him at the bar, and we're gonna chit chat and talk and socialize, then congratulations, you can stay over there on Jared's side. Pick a side and stick with it, because it's like you can't be over here like, ooh, Tamia, yeah, yes, don't, sorry that you're going through it, but don't tell me much, I don't like drama, and then also be like, hey, Jared, yeah, I don't give a fuck that you did whatever you did to Tamia. Let's just keep drinking and having fun. Nope, because it's like there's a line, and you yourself, usually people set the line themselves. Because it's like, if it's some small shit, I'm not mad. Like when I ended my friendship with Seamus, I was not telling niggas to end their friendships over Seamus. And I was even making it clear, if you don't want to talk to me anymore because I threw a cup of water on that man's lap, that's fine. We don't have to be friends anymore, and I don't want any further drama. Because it's like, yeah, the only people who don't like this are people pleasers, abusers themselves, gaslighters, or I probably already said enablers, right? Like, I already cut off this one guy. Like, I already kind of knew I was going to have to distance from him, but I fully cut him off after last night from hearing what I heard. Because it's like, oh, so you mean to tell me you saw the videos of that, like this? So I'll put you in a scenario. There's this girl in my city who is pregnant and in a very abusive relationship. Some people say she's a little nutty, and I could kind of tell. But even then, she has videos where it's clear that, like, she was stabbed by her ex partner, and he rubbed blood all over her and shit. And, like, that he was fully beating her ass. And all the threats and vicious messages and texts, and she posted all the evidence. And there's some assholes going out of their way to be like, hey, take this down, take this down. He's our friend. You're not innocent yourselves. And it's like, oh, boo hoo. Like some girl sent him some mean messages. That doesn't mean she deserves to get covered in blood and beaten and abused and abandoned if she's pregnant. And if she does do some really, or if she is really a psycho bitch, then may everything in the dark come to light. But I'll put it this way. If all he's doing is saying, ooh, that baby is not mine, I don't know what she's talking about. She's a crazy psycho bitch, and she also slashed my tires and a whole bunch of lies. And then meanwhile, she's like, I've never done that. Here's evidence. Also, here's all the text you said promising that this baby, that you were going to take care of it because you know 100% that it's yours. Here's the paternity test, everything. Like, and you're still out here like, ooh, well, I see Julio as a friend and I still support him as a friend. You should not be seeing a friend in that man. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm not sure if I already posted this video, but I made a video talking about the difference between, like, women friendships and male friendships. Sometimes women hold themselves accountable to an almost absurd degree, where it's like, ooh, she outdressed me for my birthday, or she didn't show up to, like, the third fucking bachelorette party that I'm throwing for myself for my wedding. Or, ooh, she didn't want to buy this one specific item after she already spent 10K on my wedding. We can't be friends anymore. Meanwhile, there's men out there who are like, hell yeah, buddy, I don't care that you have like 10 underage rape victims. We can still clink beer sometimes. I don't care about politics, man. It's really fucking disturbing. To me, how do I put this? If I know a friend was hurt by someone, I'm not gonna be out here rubbing elbows with the nigga, dapping them up, high-fiving them and hugging them, because it's like, no, you hurt my fucking friend. And I know what you did. I don't care if people are friends with each other over some petty shit, like I said. But if it's some surreal shit, like, ooh, you should be in jail, under the jail, 6 feet deep type shit, like, don't try to talk to me. Like, I talked in depth about what Jared did to me, and you mean to tell me that you heard about how he traumatized me with the sexually coercive bullshit, and you were still like, oh, hey, Jared, what's up? Oh, yeah, come to this show, man, you're so cool. And then you want to see me at a comedy event and be like, oh, hey, Tamia, what's up? Nothing's up. Or the shit that is up, it's stuck. Because you put it there. Now we have beef and I'm not going to talk to you, and you better not fucking approach me at any event ever in your fucking life. Because fuck you. Like, I don't know. Because how do I put this? I've accepted a lot of weak ass friendships over the past few months because I just was like, ooh, I'm just happy to not be alone. And surely everybody has, like, decent morals, right? Like, I was willing to overlook certain things. Certain misogynistic jokes, certain blindness over certain lifestyles or naivety. I could overlook that. But then it got severe, and then it's like, oh, But when you know this nigga was a rapist, and when you know this nigga was abusive, and you know this nigga defended the rapist, suddenly, ooh, I'm the one starting drama. When it's like, no, they're the ones involving themselves in that drama. If they were really, because it's like the same people who are like, ooh, I don't want to get involved in drama, are the same people going to the root cause of the drama, and like fucking taking photos with them and like being all happy, like and smiley. Why are you going to the source of the drama if you don't like drama? It's so funny. The person I just cut off, they also, I told them straight up everything, and they pretended they understood. As usually a lot. Sadly, I hate to say it. Usually men do this, and a lot of men have done this. Men will be like, "Ooh, you know what? I should." Men get on my fucking nerves because they'll be like, "Ooh, I totally understand. I totally understand," and then they'll hit you up hours later, days later, or weeks later on some, "Hey, Tamia, you want to come outside and talk to the gang?" And the gang will be, "Ooh, those two guys who tried to pressure me to drink." And were getting extremely hostile when I wouldn't, and then also were like making fun of a rape victim and also supporting the rapist. One person I have a petty beef with, but overall who is still friends with the other two guys mentioned. And the guy I threw a cup of water on because he's a misogynistic asshole cunt and very disturbed and narcissistic and sick in the head. And then like one guy whose comedy I don't think is very funny, and you. It's like, yeah, that was one of those moments where I thought, okay, they aren't clicking it. It's not clicking in their mind. I'm not trying to like, nah, cause I hate that shit. I get it. It's like I know that it's like, okay, but you're gonna be alone if you don't constantly like accept people for their flaws. I'm okay with flaws. I'm okay with people putting ice in their cereal. I'm okay with people eating like avocados topped with sugar as a fucking snack, even though that's weird. I'm okay with people putting sugar in their eggs. I'm okay with people who don't wear shoelaces and prefer to wear Skechers. I'm okay with people who hate flip flops. I'm okay with people with the shittiest fucking mullets and bobs and locks that you have ever seen in your goddamn life. I'm even like, really. I've made friends with germaphobes. I've made friends with people who don't shower until like 6 days have passed. I've been friends with people who only like acoustic guitar music and hate anything EDM, and I've also been friends with people who absolutely love everything EDM and think acoustic music is just for suckers and pussies who are elitist and cowardly and hate new things. Guess what? It's never an issue about differences. It's always an issue about upholding predatory practices that we claim we want to dismantle. You can't complain over Weinstein and R. Kelly and Bill Cosby and how all these predators managed to get away with shit if you aren't willing to actually unpack who in your own circles does that shit. Like, really. And so if someone's willing to see me as dramatic because I don't want to be around someone who hurt me, and that ideally if they were really like a friend to me they wouldn't want to be around them either, then that's cool. Because for this particular friend that I'm cutting off, like I cut them off with love and everything. I made it clear that like it's just like I'm separating from you as a friend, but I still respect you and adore you otherwise as a person, but still like I'm fucked up off of it. So it's kind of like, think of it as me doing you a favor, because it's like, okay, let's say someone is like, ooh, you're blowing this out of proportion, blah blah blah. Cool, I'm still doing you a favor by cutting you off, because then you don't get to be around me if I truly was dramatic. But since I know I'm not being dramatic, and since you know you did wrong and that I know you did wrong, we don't have to be in touch. And we will all be better for it. You can go ahead and do your actions and talk to who you want without thinking of me and not having any sort of guilt trip or any inevitable conversations come up from it. It's doing you a favor. A good analogy is like, this girl thought her boyfriend was cheating on her with her girl best friend, and so she was like, I think we should break up because I'm really not okay with this. And then he was like, wow, you're so manipulative, this is really fucked up. And then she said, okay, well, if I am so called manipulative and not understanding this, then you should break up anyway because you deserve better. He fucking hated that response because he wanted to manipulate her into accepting his shitty behavior. But instead, she flipped it on his head. It was like, ooh, actually, you don't even deserve my behavior. Turns out he actually was cheating on her, but guess what? She left and didn't have to deal with any more drama. That's how I see it. And with this same friend, they've came to me before on some, like, we've gone to comedy mics together, and they'll be like, ooh, that guy over there, ooh, like, I hate him because, or he's so shitty because he'll be recording sets. All I did was ask him to not record mine, and he told me to go fuck myself. Oh, so I need to leave a place if I see him because he ruins the vibes that much. I was like, ooh, yeah, go ahead, fuck that guy. He's shitty. But when roles are reversed 10 times worse, and it's like, oh, look, hey, there's that guy who raped me. I don't want to be around the same room as him because he makes me uncomfortable. Your response should be, yeah, he fucking sucks. Let's get you away from him. I might even kick his ass. It should not be, oh, well, he's still cool with me. He hasn't done shit to me. And that's how I see it. And then I know someone can even use the excuse of, what if it's like an abusive relationship where the girl keeps going back to the guy or the guy keeps going back to the girl? I'll put it this way. It's very hard to leave those things. It's extremely hard. I know. I've lost my patience with people in abusive relationships before, but at the same time, I still understand. Deep down, like, the sooner you leave, the better. And it's not, but it's really fucking hard to leave. I know that with my own experience and my own eyes. It's super fucking hard to leave. But at the same time, I'll see it like this. If you knew your friend was in an abusive relationship and you knew they stuck around, but that they were still unhappy and that still shit would come up and that it was still really bad, I'm still gonna be looking at you funny if you decide that he's still your homie. Like, when we watched that movie, Why Did I Get Married? And all the dudes stayed friends with the guy who was, like, openly abusive to his wife and full on bought his side chick on the trip and everything. Like, that's. That movie shows how it's like. It's like, okay, why would you even want to be friends with somebody like that? Because he sometimes makes, like, a funny, witty joke. And because he can chug a beer, ooh, you could find that anywhere with someone who's not a fucking evil man. I just can't stand that shit. It's the principle of it, and it's like, here I was willing to say, yeah, fuck that nigga over some dude you just simply didn't want to record you. But when it's actually like, this guy's a full on sexual predator, suddenly, ooh, it's not my issue, not my monkeys. But bet your ass, if I was in his shoes before and I was like, you know what? That guy who told you to go fuck himself and was rude to you for no reason, he didn't do shit to me, so I'm gonna still hang with him. I bet your ass they would have caused a fucking scene. They would have caused the biggest fit in the world. So, it's like a double standard. I think it's because a lot of men always think that women owe them grace or kindness or forgiveness or optimism. And also, men often just like work with their egos and just will kind of do whatever benefits them. That's something that disturbs me a lot. That should not be. Just no. Fuck that shit. That's how I feel about it. Anyway, I'm debating if I want to go to an event tonight where I know I'm going to see the same person I cut off. And I don't know, I told them I'm not going to start shit or start drama if I see them at the same events. I made it very clear, because that's not my MO. But it's so funny when you actually cut off someone nicely and graciously, and you tell them, I don't have bad blood against you, I just need this to end. They will usually be the one to start drama. So it's kind of funny how it's always the people who don't like drama who are either going to the source of it or instigating it. Cause it's like, yeah, Joe, you knew I didn't want to talk. You know those four niggas, five niggas that I wasn't talking to. Why would you try to even go out your way to invite me to talk to them again? Cause fuck no, you just want to see some shit go down. Just no. Anyway, bye.